Okay, here we are at chapter 17, Facing the Stars. And this is continuing with Alvin Ho, allergic to camping, hiking, and other natural disasters. After my dad fell with a thump to the ground, he rescued Firecracker Man and Night Vision Man from the tree, even before brushing himself off. Your Uncle Dennis is so busted, my dad mumbled. Then he inspected us for night vision loss, jelly knee syndrome, permanent bonelessness, missing fingers, missing teeth, and general irreversible damage. We had a few scrapes, but we were okay. Traps are dangerous, said my dad. Promise you won't build any more. Promise, I said. Promise, said Beausoleil. Okay, said Annabelle. Then it was time to build a fire. Thanks to... Okay, I move this down a little bit. There you go. Thanks to... Whoops, where am I? Thanks to our collection of dryer lint, Annabelle and I helped get our campfire started right away. My dad was very impressed. We didn't tell him that it was Uncle Dennis' secret trick number 1. After that, Beausoleil's dad returned with the day's catch, and cooked it over our fire and shared it with us. He wasn't any good at starting a fire, he said, but he was good at fishing, and they had more food than they could eat. They also had a can opener, so we had canned beans too, and there was corn on the cob and kettle cake, which you bake in the hot coals. It was a feast. We ate and ate. Our dads talked about fishing and camping and hiking, and we talked about our very exciting afternoon with the traps and how Firecracker Man and Night Vision Man had come to the rescue. After that, it got really dark. I saw faces in the fire and faces in the trees. Stars winked through the sky's dark blanket. It got really creepy. Annabelle grabbed her weapon. It's time for a ceremony, said my dad, moving next to the fire. My dad put one hand on my shoulder and the other hand on Beausoleil's shoulder. Then he made a speech. I am very proud of my son and his friends, said my dad. Today, both boys showed valor and uncommon courage. Everybody clapped. I took a bow, and so did Beausoleil. There they are. Everyone clapped. I took a bow. Then my dad got down on his knees and looked us smack in our night vision goggles. You two are the true keeper of all of us, he said. From your daring performance today, I know that you would never let any harm come to those you love. But I cried a lot and I was scared to death, I said. And I almost didn't make it up the tree, said Beausoleil. A hero is someone who is willing to be scared, said Beausoleil's dad. Super duper scared, added Annabelle. So here now, in front of a reliable eyewitness, Miss Annabelle, and in the great assembly of trees, we now pronounce each of you to be keeper of all of us, said my dad. Amen, yelled Annabelle. Then she stepped forward and tapped me and then Beausoleil on the shoulders with her weapon. There she is. How does it feel? Asked Annabelle. Fantastic, said Beausoleil. Great, I said, but you deserve to be changed too, Annabelle. Really? Said Annabelle. What did I do? You told me not to quit, I said. So then I took Annabelle's weapon and tapped her on the shoulders. I hereby pronounce you most valuable player of the year, I said. MVP. Make no mistake about it. Wow, said Annabelle. I thought only baseball players got that. Well, you played baseball. You play baseball, don't you? Yup, said Annabelle. I play it very well. Well, then, that settles that, I said. Then Beausoleil looked at me and I looked at him. We're really superheroes, he said. Dude, I said. Dude. After that, we sang some campfire songs, but not the scary ones. My dad sang, I want to awaken to sky and fat little birdies singing in the trees. I want to sit by a blaze and toast my toes and roast some marshmallows while the crickets serenade. Oh yeah, baby, I'll do all this and more because I am camping outdoors. My dad sang the loudest, and Annabelle sang the second loudest, and Beausoleil's dad sang pretty loud too, but Beausoleil and I sang barely above a whisper so as not to attract too much attention from whatever was out there watching us. Then it was time for bed. The Beausoleils went home to their tent, and we went into ours. It was the perfect ending to a scary day until we needed to use the toilet. My dad and his flashlight started to head downhill toward the pit. Annabelle and I and our very dim monster eye narrow beam flashlight did not. Aren't you guys coming? He asked. No, said Annabelle. Well, why not? Asked my dad. Because I left my toilet paper in the normal bathroom, said Annabelle. You don't need toilet paper, said my dad. Yes, I do, said Annabelle, and she stuck out her hiking booted toe. Out here, nature gives you plenty of toilet paper, said my dad. Besides, using leaves is better for the environment. Coals sizzled in the fire. There they are in the dark going to the bathroom, I guess. Okay, so besides using leaves is better for the environment. Coals sizzled in the fire. No thanks, said Annabelle. Alvin and I are going to the normal bathroom, aren't we, Alvin? We are, in the dark, by ourselves. Fortunately, my dad is tofu jelly when it comes to Annabelle, so he walked us over to the building that said toilets, and he walked us back to camp before going down to the pit by himself. When my dad got back, surprise, surprise, he was okay. Could we sleep out under the stars tonight? I asked. You want to sleep out? I nodded. Me too, said Annabelle. You're not scared? Asked my dad. I'm so scared I could pee in my pants, I said, but I've used the bathroom and now I want to see the stars. So then we bundled into the sleeping bag and slept out. It was cold, but it was okay. And this was what we saw. The North Star. Did I show you the toilet, the outhouse? So they saw the North Star, the Big Dipper, Cassiopeia, Orion's Belt, and the Milky Way, which is not milky at all, but a silver river of 1,000,000 stars that looked just like my mom when she's dressed up all special. It was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. Did you know, my dad began, Henry David Thoreau said that one of his first memories was staying awake at night looking through the stars to see if I could see God behind them. So I did what Henry did. I looked for God. Then I poked Annabelle so that she could look too, but Annabelle's eyes were closed. Her face, lit by the sprinkles falling from 1,000,000 stars, looked like the top of a birthday cake lit by candles. She was fast asleep. Have you ever seen any UFOs, Dad? I whispered. I thrusted an arm into the cold air and reached to hold my dad's hand. I don't think so, said my dad. There they are, camping outside, looking at the stars. I don't think so, said my dad, but I remember wishing for a whole fleet of them to fly over my head. How about aliens? No, said my dad. No luck there either. Were you always so brave, Dad? No, said my dad. Not always. I used to be afraid of everything. Like me? Yes, like you. Did you always like camping? I asked. Yes, said my dad. Always. What did you like about it? Everything, he said, but especially this. falling asleep facing the stars. Me too, I said. I'm just like you, Dad. My dad squeezed my hand and I squeezed him back. Love you, son. Love you too, Dad. Then I closed my eyes and went to sleep. There's a picture of a UFO. Okay, so that is the end of chapter 17.